everywhere you go, people are like, oh, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly. So, do you ask why you feel that way, or do you just tell yourself, okay, no, I'm not ugly, and you just disregard what they say?
Are you a gullible person?
Like, do I believe everything I hear? No.
Is the earth flat?
No. Oh, well, I don't know.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Tell her. Tell her the earth is flat.
The earth is flat.
Tell her.
The earth is flat.
Do you believe us?
No.
You're ugly. Tell her. Tell her. You're ugly.
You're ugly.
Do you believe us?
No.
Live through your own eyes. What is ugly? All of us are ugly to someone. There's no universal beauty. You will never see a single person with 100% approval. Unless you watch Rick and Morty. There's no 100% approval, no matter what. And there's no 100% disapproval, no matter what. Let this land, by the way. Even if you think disapproval, think of the most fucked up shit people do. Take the most extreme criminals and dictators. They have fans. Think of people in prison. They have fans. I know it's messed up, but think about it. It's like literally the worst people on earth have fans. It's subjective. If you're ugly for someone, then that's not the person for you. And you determined it very fast. That's your screening. You should be happy. It's like, oh, at least they're telling it to me up front. Ugly, well, next. And then they don't know you. You know you. And that's the thing. It's like, how do you feel about you? Now, people might say that. If they said it when you're younger, it can pass those filters where you believed it. And that's where a younger version of you is like, well, part of our map, our core identity, question it. Would you let a child run your life, make every key decision in your life? No. That's what's happening here. You're letting a child, younger version of you, who might have been very impressionable, very hurt, easily manipulated, form that core belief, I am ugly because everyone said I am, and you're letting that version run you into your life. Pause and question it. And don't hate that inner version of you. She didn't know any better. It's sitting down with her and saying, hey, I know you believed this long, but what if it's not true? Now, when you ask that to you, you might weirdly encounter a lot of inner resistance. I can't let go of this. It's how I was, it's part of my map. And that's where letting go comes into play. Also, see what comes up when you hear me say, you are not ugly. Do you think I'm telling the truth?
Yes.
Do you believe me? Yes. Or is it part of you cringing?
Part of me is cringing.
You are so beautiful. Do you not see that?
Yes.
That was the least confident yes I've heard. Why not? Why are you not beautiful? Shadow question. Why?
Answer it.
Yeah. Why does a part of you believe you're not beautiful?
I don't live up to societal standards of beauty.
When did you start thinking you had to?
Maybe like middle school. When
Okay.
people said you're ugly.
Okay.
Or it wasn't that I thought I was ugly. I just wondered, why does everybody else feel that way? Or why would somebody else say that?
Okay. I know you weren't here yesterday, but yesterday we talked about frames and adapting onto other people's frames or different frames, right? There is such a thing as an overall societal frame too, even if you think in terms of how you live your life, right? What's the classic frame that's imposed? Everybody, the best way a successful life is you go to school, you study, you go to university, in your 20s you take some risks, then you get married, you have kids, you're in your 30s, and then you retire and you get a promotion, blah, 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 blah. Anyone not aligned with that plan? Who here is in their 30s or 40s with no kids, no relationship? Failures! That's what society says. Yeah. And you will probably, by the way, for people who buy into that frame, get called out. Why don't you have kids? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you more successful? What's wrong with you? But that has nothing to do with you. It's just someone who's plugged in to that frame. The same with societal beauty standards, which change, by the way. Think of even, say, 50 years ago. You take the traditional attractive man, James Bond. James Bond 50 years ago was hairy. For real. Think of even we're just purely looking through mainstream lens here, by the way. It doesn't mean that it is the pinnacle, but mainstream lens 50 years ago or more was, Marilyn Monroe, curvy. Fast forward to now, what's attractive, not the hairy James Bond, but the more effeminate Robert Pattinson, right? Or, what is it, Timothy Chalamet? Basically, rat boys, that's it. Then, the woman, it's not curvy, it's skeleton skinny. That's supermodel. And it's going to change, and it's going to change, and everyone adapts. You can't win that. You can't try to adapt. Ultimately, it's unplugging from that mainframe and saying, you know what? I'm me. You are you. There's nothing you can do to change this. Nothing I can do to change this. So, if I'm going to live my life through my eyes, and there's nothing I can do to change this, I can resist it or accept it. Resisting it makes it worse. Viewing me through the eyes of others also makes it worse, and it's skewed because no one else knows me. So I'm going to choose to accept me. Easier said than done. That's where all the resistance around being you gets triggered, which you let go of. Here's me. And in my frame, I am 10 out of 10. The way you should view you is in your frame, you are 10 out of 10. You're the peak. And if you let go of the resistance around it and you are congruent and certain and you are grounded within yourself, one, people might try to test you on it and they'll see, and they'll get sucked into your frame. And two, no matter who you are, there's someone out there who's going to view you as that 10 out of 10. And if people say, no, that just means not for me. But ugly is subjective. Beautiful is subjective. There's no universal. And we're also focused too on being beautiful, being handsome, being a 10 out of 10. I need to be better. I need to be perfect. We forget, what about being you? Harness you. Stop trying to be more. You forget about you in that process. What's you? And what does supercharging you look like? Whatever it is. What is you on steroids when it comes to your personality and your essence? What does that look like?
Bubbly.
Yeah. You want to be 10 out of 10? Lean into that. Don't try to go vertically, horizontally. Supercharge, supercharge, supercharge. This is me. For real. And
Thank you.
no, you're very welcome. And you'll be shocked too. We talked about before how we're also pre-verbal beings, right? We learn first through feeling. When you look at attractiveness, and it applies to anyone, to be honest. People are like, it's different. No, sure, there's some subtleties, but for the most part, it's anyone. We always look at vibe over any superficial thing. Sure, the superficial thing might play a role. If someone's plugged into the main frame and say in their worldview, you are not 10 out of 10, then don't expect good first impressions. But it doesn't mean you're not. And I'll expand on this. I have a friend who's Indian and very short. And he, for the longest time, really loved tall, blonde women. That was his ideal. Now, if you take basic societal conditioning, and it was specific tall, blonde women from the Midwest, right? Traditional American. Do they grow up conditioned to believe that their Prince Charming is a small Indian man? Yes or no?
No.
No. So when they see him walk up, is it a good first impression?
No.
Does he get, my prince is here? No. But it never got to him because he understood this, the way you should understand it. If you walk up where someone sees you and they're like, all it means is you just don't fit into their conditioning. But it doesn't mean that they're not into you. And he understood that too. He's like, it just means that's the first impression. Meaning, what's the data they are getting from seeing him? Small Indian man approaching, physical, that's it. As soon as he started talking and showing his personality, now he's giving that person a bigger sample of who he is. And they're like, that matters much more than the superficial, by the way. Same for you. And realize this when it comes to relationships. It doesn't matter how attractive your partner is, regardless of your gender, by the way. It doesn't matter how attractive they are. After a while, you're just left with the person. Let it land. At first, you're like, this is so exciting. They're so beautiful. Oh, my God. And after you're like, it's just dumb. It wears off because it's ultimately speaking to your ego. It's the validation. You're like, there's just the person. If you don't like the person underneath, that's when you're screwed. So it's also much more beneficial, even relationship-wise, is look past the front, look past the surface. See the person first, because you're going to get bored and desensitized and used to all the rest. Are you down for the person itself? Same here. No matter how, even if you were like, by the societal mainframe, 10 out of 10, people will get bored of you. Might be after a few times, few days, few weeks, few months. Yeah, it's just her now. So it doesn't matter. And here's the thing. It doesn't affect or close many doors unless you think it does. And it doesn't rob you of an amazing, fulfilling experience in life. Maybe you were dealt bad cards in life. Maybe you look back at your past and it was messed up. Maybe terrible things happened to you. And you look around and you are by far the worst person you know in terms of bad things happening to you. Anyone feel that way? You're like, it's way worse than the average person. Yeah. Meaning, maybe you were dealt bad cards. You pull out your deck and you just have a 2 and a 2, and that's what you have. You look at your neighbor, they have an ace and a queen. Or 2 queens, 2 kings. You're like, I just have 2. Now, people will loop on their cards, meaning they're going to spend the entire game of cards of life just complaining. I can't enjoy this game. I have the worst cards ever, everybody. Oh, it'd be so much better if I had better cards. Screw these cards. Whining, whining, whining. Same thing applies to you. Doesn't matter how terrible your life was. And it doesn't take away from that. Hey, nothing's going to change the fact you got 2 2s. Nothing's going to change the fact that terrible things might have happened to you. But we can all play a contest. Maybe you're the winner. Maybe you're the winner in the world. You're like, you know what? I'm sorry, you have the worst cards out of anyone alive. That could be true. But even so, it doesn't give you the right to throw your life away and play small. No matter how terrible your past was, it doesn't give you a pass on that. And here's the cool thing with this analogy. Do you need good cards to enjoy playing a game of cards?
No.
Do you play just to win? Is there only one person who enjoys the game, the person who wins? No. You play for the experience. So instead of complaining about your cards, be like, hey, it is what it is. Hey, if I have 2 2s, that just means I'm going to have to be even smarter and more into what I'm playing and how I'm playing it. And it doesn't take away from the fact that I can have just as much fun, just as much fulfillment as someone who has the 2 aces and wins the game. Because it's not about winning the game. In the end, we all get the same reward. We all die. That's your reward. You won, you're dead. So in the end, why do you live? For the experience. And how good your cards are doesn't determine the experience. It's what you do with those cards. Back to what we talked about, resist or embrace. Embrace makes it much more fulfilling. And you will also be surprised. You never know where you are at. Anyone play Chutes and Ladders? Is that what it's called? I think so, right? Chutes and Ladders. I played that recently with my daughter. She's 4.5. So it was my wife, my daughter, and I playing. I have another daughter who's 2.5, but she was throwing things around, so it was just us 3. And my daughter loves playing as long as she's winning, right? And she went up the big ladder, was crushing it, until she went down the big slide. And suddenly she was behind my wife and I. And of course, I said, ha ha ha, lose night. Maybe, no. She fell all the way down, and she started flipping, full screaming, crying, chant, like, hey, I don't want to play, I hate this game, I hate this game. And we told her, hey, that's 1, how the game is played, and 2, you never know. Fast forward to 10 minutes later, she went back up the big ladder and won. And it was a great lesson for her to say, hey, you thought you were behind, but you weren't. Same here in life. You might think you're ahead, but there really is no ahead or behind.
Now, before things start getting intense here, if you're looking to go through a similar process yourself and receive direct feedback from me personally, no matter where you find yourself in the world, then click the link below this video right now and apply for online coaching. This is my signature program, so click the link and I'll see you in there.
You have no idea what people are going through, and everyone has their own version of shit. So don't compare yourself with the front. Don't be like, in my head, behind, there's no such thing. In the end, we all live crazy ups and downs. We're all going to experience great times and terrible times. Even now, between this moment and the day we all die, You are going to experience the worst tragedies of your life. People you love die in horrible ways and shocking news, or yourself, and it can all happen like that. No idea. So instead of playing this whole dick measuring contest with how good your life is, milk it. You're here. Did I win? It's not about winning. It's about being present with the playing of the cards that you were dealt. I know we got serious with that one here, but I hope this resonates, because for real, it's like that was the biggest, like when I look back at my young self, I'm like, come on, what are you doing? It's not what it's about. And it sounds so cheesy, it's easy to discard it. And it's also easy to discard this if you're someone who's very disconnected from feeling. Let this land too. People who have a lot of apathy around feeling, layers of resistance, you might know people like this, they're a bit robotic too in the way they talk. It's like, hello, yes, no, no, no. The only way they can make sense of this whole experience is to view it through this am I ahead or behind framework, which is why they'll usually set different goals for themselves, and they just like a robot, accomplish goal 1, accomplish goal 2, that's where I am in life, it makes sense, goal 3, but there's not the depth of experience, so they can't resonate with that. Fall in love with the depth. And what makes you fulfilled has nothing to do with money, by the way. Money's a great tool, an amazing tool to help you follow your purpose, do what it is that you want. But if you don't know what you want, money's just a tool. It's like collecting hammers. What are you building? I don't know, I just have a pile of hammers. Better know what you're building, right? People worship the hammer. It's insane. It's like money, money, especially nowadays with conditioning. It's like, you want to measure your worth? How many hammers do you have? That's it. You're an inferior being. You need more hammers. Absolutely insane. Versus, well, no, what about the building? What about the experience? Money will also make your life more comfortable, for sure. Does comfort equal fulfillment? No. For those of you, too, who might be even further ahead in your journey of whatever it is you're doing, right? Whether it's your business, your job, your life, even your relationship or whatnot, it's like there are times where you even miss the early grind. There is. Like in my business, there's times where I missed when I was broke, even homeless a couple times. When I had less money, I'm like, I missed that. That was fun. That was crazy. And then think of another thing. What is the happily ever after you're chasing? We all chase it. What do you think will save you? What are you worshiping? What false god are you worshiping? There's usually 3, by the way. Approval, control, security. I'm worshiping approval. Approval will save me. If enough people like me, I can finally love myself. Or if one person obsesses over me, I can finally love myself. Crazy, right? Or control. If I just control everything to go my way, control myself to come off the perfect way, that'll save me. Money will save me. What are you worshiping? What do you think will save you? And let go of that. And milk it. For real. Total side note there, but I dig it. I mean, that's stuff I live. That's the lessons, which I'll eventually do one day. I want to do, let me know if it's too dark. I started for fun this podcast about parenting, because that's what I deal with now, right? People are like, what are you working on now? Parenting my kids. But I want to do one thing where it's just a pure kind of legacy channel where it's, and it sounds dark, it's like, it would be along the lines of life lessons for my kids, in case I die. And it would just be this raw, you've seen parents do it, where it's like, if the parent dies, it's like, he recorded this video before his death, and they show the kid. I'm like, why not just do that on YouTube for everyone? It's like, if I were to die, here's literally the most important life lessons that I'd pass on, and just make a channel just purely for that. But that would, what I just talked about here would 1,000% be in there. No, for real, those are like those deep truths. And yeah, don't wait. And the thing too, with what you think will save you or your happily ever after, whatever that finish line is, put it behind you. A key thing to reflect on, if you want a little meditative perspective, is how would I live my life having already passed the finish line? Key. Meaning we're always chasing, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when, which also conditions you to hate the present moment. This is not enough. This is not enough. I hate right here, right now. I want to get to the finish line. But there is no finish line. That's just an illusion. You're chasing phantoms. It's movie conditioning, right? All the Disney movies. And they live happily until the next day. There's no happily ever after. All those beautiful scenes where it's cut to black. It's like they sail off, Ariel and Prince Eric. until the next day, Eric cheated on her with her sister. Life keeps lifing. It's endless. There is no happily ever after. So it's the more you let go of that, I'll be happy when, to I'm happy now. Now. It's this present moment that follows you. If you hate the present moment now, you won't like it later. If you hate the present moment, you hate yourself when you're broke, you're going to hate yourself when you're rich. If you hate yourself when you're fat, you're going to hate yourself when you're skinny. Doesn't work. You've seen many examples of this too. People like lose weight. I still hate myself. I got to lose even more weight. Actually, I need the plastic surgery. I need this. It's never enough. Because they're trying to change how they feel about themselves by this outside-in approach. But what's in here is that the cause. It's what colors the external. You can't. It all starts within.
Now, what you just watched here is just a small piece of a larger system and process. So what you want to do now is click this video here to see exactly what I'm talking about and how it all fits together.